These days, it's hard to imagine a world without social media. We use it to connect with our friends and relatives, follow trends, stories, trending stories, and when we need that so important pick-me-up from a cute animal video. But like consuming any other content online, there are potential pitfalls.
Right, it can be easy to get swept up in the hype of the sensationalized topics, and one of those that we've been seeing popping up recently is the weather. And when we're talking about weather, you know we have to invite WBOC Chief Meteorologist Mike Lichniak into Historic Studio D. Thanks for coming in. I know you're a busy man.
Of course. It's fun to be here with you guys.
And I notice you don't have the tie on.
You don't have the tie on.
Okay,
And
we'll touch
get
on
to
that in a little bit.
Okay.
Why do you think weather is such a hot topic on social media and everywhere these days?
I think social media is great, and it's the best and the worst case scenario for a meteorologist. It's the best case scenario because we can share information continuously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no issues. We can get all the info out there because, you know, when you're on TV and you're given weather, you've got 2.5, 3 minutes. On social media, you can make a long post, you can make a long video, you can actually like do a live stream and actually take people's questions and answer them and try to give them more information. But then there's the other side of it where you get one model run like we did this week, which spat out 47 inches of snow somewhere. And as soon as that hit the market and it hit social media, that was it. I had to put the PSA out there where I said, hey, there's going to be a model run that you're going to look at on social media. Please ignore it because it's going to sensationalize what's probably not going to happen with this storm, which come to fruition, we're forecasting, 1 inch, maybe 2 inches of snow here in Salisbury, a little bit more at the beach, a little bit more south. Not 47 inches of snow, not 24 inches of snow. And it's those pages that, you know, make us look bad because then people will come back to us and say, you guys hyped up this snow so much.
Right, they just assume it was you.
They just assume it was me because that's where they come to for their day-to-day weather forecast.
And you guys do use models, but there's more than one, right?
Right, and you don't look at the exact output from each model run to make a new snowfall map. You look at the trend. You see how each of the models has behaved over not just a couple of days leading up to the storm, but how it's behaved for weeks prior to the storm. And you take all that information that you've gathered through the course of the week and you start to put the puzzle pieces together. Like this storm, we really didn't have all the puzzle pieces on the board until we got to yesterday. And finally yesterday, everything came together where it started to say, you know what, this storm's going to do that whole out to sea thing, graze you with a little snow, and the bigger story, the wind and the possibility of beach erosion and coastal flooding.
So if somebody's scrolling along, how can they spot something that maybe is suspect or not really got the backup behind it?
If you're on social media, anybody that works for a TV station, that's a pretty good outlet. If you know that they've worked for a TV station, that's a pretty good outlet. If you're looking at a post and it looks like it's overdoing it and you go somewhere else and you find that there's, you know, discrepancies in what they put out based on what the other people are saying, those are the pages that you should probably start to avoid.
So we're going to pin you down on this.
That's fine.
What's going to happen this weekend?
A lot of wind, for sure. I think that's the focus that we've tried to start to pivot with this storm because we started to see the snowfall totals go down. And so we were like, listen, there's going to be some snow, and especially out towards the beach. And down in Accomack and Northampton counties, it could still see 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow from this system. But with regards to the majority, the big story is the wind. It is going to ramp up with this storm bombing off the coast. We're going to see wind gusts in places 40 to 50, maybe even 60 miles per hour at the beach. That coupled with the fact that we have the spring tides this weekend, so you've got astronomically higher than normal tides. Now you're talking moderate, maybe major coastal flooding in some areas, and now we're talking beach erosion because we're going to have huge waves out on the Atlantic for several high tide cycles.
So what's the best way to folks to follow you this weekend?
So I think I'm working Sunday morning. If I'm not working on social media, download the WBOC weather app. We get you all the information right there at your fingertips. You get those severe weather alerts for where you live as well, which will be great. And you can keep checking the 7-day. We upload that 7-day before you even see it on TV. That's the first place where we put all the new information in so that you see it right there.
It's my go-to. I've said it a million times on this show. The hourly forecast, everything on that app is my go-to. And you are too.
Thank you. I love
Thank you
it.
so much. WBOC Chief Meteorologist Mike Lichniak. I hope you get some rest before you have to work.
I will try. Yes.
You're earning your pay this week, aren't you?